Well, hi, welcome back to art class. We are continuing our second part of the Tiger Lilies drawing that we started last time. And today we're going to finish the stems and buds, and then you can pick choose a background color to finish it off. So let's get started. The first thing you're going to need is 3 shades of your stem for your stems. You're going to need a light, middle, and dark. And I chose these colors, a light, a middle, and a dark. So get your markers ready. You're also going to need the fine tip black marker at the end. So don't forget that one. So get your papers out that you started with your lilies, and let's begin. So the first thing you're going to need is your light colored marker. We're going to draw all the stems and the buds with the light colored marker. So let's start with the stem coming down from this major leaf here, or petal. So we can just draw from that petal all the way down to the bottom. Don't forget your scrap paper that catches all of the off the page lines. And a skinny, nice stem that you're going to just color in with the light colored marker. And this goes right up through the top. And let's put a bud at the top as you see it over here. And shade it in. So it's all going to be the light colored marker. Give your stem a little thickness. And then let's do the leaves while we're up here. This one comes down like this, a little loop. And let's make a point at the end. And we can shade that in. And there's a very light leaf, leaf that comes over this way that we can attach to the stem. And then you can choose wherever you want to go, but I'm going to take this shoot that comes right out of this flower, or this part of the petal, and make the stem that goes all the way off the page. And a leaf that comes this way, goes down, shade it in. And there's another one that comes over top of that one. And there's one that comes up this way. Now, if you run into one of your petals, just imagine it going behind it. It's okay. And then we can fill in details with our dark markers and the fine tip pen. So let's go back down to the bottom part here. It has a pretty big leaf. It kind of touches this one petal. If yours doesn't, that's okay. Just put this big leaf in. It has a nice point at the end of it. And then you can color that in. There's also a leaf that comes this way. And a point at the end, so you can get your other leaf in there. And then we have 2 stems to put in over this way. So I'm going to start with the top one, and it goes right behind this petal, right in between those 2, and out this end, and a bud at the end. So let's put that bud in there. And let's add the leaves. There's 2 on this side. And there's 1 over here. And then we have to put this one in. This stem comes from this leaf right here and follow behind the petal again. And this bud extends up to the other stem that we put in. So let's put that one in. Make it kind of elongated. Make your stem wider. Be careful not to draw over top of the flower. It goes behind the flower. And then we have to add this leaf over here. Nice little one. This is a smaller bud. And then there's another leaf over here that we can put in. Now we have the bottom part to do. There's one that comes this way. And I know that there's another leaf stem here, but I don't really have a lot of room. So I'm going to avoid this one and just put this in. You can do the same. If you have room for it, you can put it in also. But if you don't, it's okay. Let's just put this one stem, and the bud comes up this way. And make that a little thicker. Run it off the page. And then we have some leaves to put in. This one curls around. We're just shading in the shape of the leaf right now. Don't worry about the shadows. We'll get to that part later. And then there's another leaf that comes around here and goes all the way to the bottom. And one more flower here. I'm going to take my thumbtack off so I can draw here. And that's a nice bud. It comes up this way. Fill it in with your light color. It has some edges like that. And then a leaf that runs off this side of the page. And there's another leaf that comes up and folds over like here. Let's just color that in, that shape. Okay, so we've got all of our light color stems in. Now, if you remember from the last time, what is the next one we used? Middle? No. It's the dark color. So let's use our darkest color that we have. In the 1, 2, 3, it would be your third one. And remember, the light, the sun is on this side of the flowers. So the lightest part is going to face the sun, and all of the things that are away from the sun are going to be the darkest part. So when we do our stems, we're going to put the darkest part on the right side of the stems, away from the sun. Now you can see where this shadow, all the shading is on this leaf. Just kind of make yourself that pattern and fill it in. And you can add a little bit here. There's some shadows in the buds, just to give it some definition. And then we're just going to continue. Pick a stem and put the dark color in on the part away from the sun. These leaves over here have the darkest part on the bottom. And then you can fill in here. This is behind this petal, so we're going to put that there. And go down your stem. This one comes over top, so we're going to be careful. This is in front of the stem, not to put that line all the way straight through, because we're going to put a dark part here and the dark part that goes on the bottom of this leaf. I hope you enjoyed doing your flowers. This is going to make it complete. Maybe you'll have it done in time for Easter. And this is kind of a shadow right here. And you can pick any leaf you want to do. I'm going to do these while I'm down here. Good thing I got some paper here. I hope you're doing the same. See the dark shape of this leaf, and I'm filling it in. And this part kind of hangs in the back. Looks like it's folded over. Okay, then we're just going to take one leaf at a time. This kind of goes around that bud and up to the point. Shade in the darkest part. We're working on the very darkest part of your stems and leaves here. And one more. This is following the drawing. And the bud, the very last bud. Okay, so that's the darkest part. Shaping up, isn't it? And then the final part is going to be the middle color that you picked. So you have your light, your middle, and your dark. So let's go with the last part, is the middle. And you're just going to fill in, usually it's between the light and darks. So you'll have 3 shades on your leaves. You'll give it volume. Volume means that it looks more 3-dimensional. Instead of a flat color, it's going to be more rounded and have some volume to it. which gives it more body and it looks three-dimensional. What a nice variety of colors you can choose, whether you chose the greens or brown and green or brown, green, and black. This gives you a nice multiple colors to work with, and you're going to have a lovely drawing when you're finished here. So go ahead and put all your middle colors, put a little bit of this middle color in back of that leaf. And the stem comes up here. Don't have to have a whole lot of that color, but just some. Let's give it some more definition. Each stem, each bud, just take your time. I'm going a little bit quicker, but you can pause the video at any time and catch up. Don't forget all of the spaces. And there we have it. We have the dark, the middle, and the light. And then the final part is going to be the black marker that I talked about last time. The ultra fine point Sharpie works really well. So the fine tip will give you, define the dark lines. The darkest part, of course, is going to be away from the sun. And this just, you don't have to do every part of the line, but just enough to give you a definition. You could put a line in the middle of the leaf. This has some lines you'll see on your drawing, your black and white drawing, that you can just give it a little bit of a definition. It gives you some detail. You probably can't see this on the video very well, but in real life, it kind of stands out. It gives you a little bit more definition, like I said, of the drawing. So fill in the places where you want to give the shape. You might want to put a line in the middle of that leaf. This goes along with the black lines in the flower, so it's a continuation. It kind of ties your whole drawing together by using it again in the flower or stems. You put a line in the middle of this and just give it a little bit more of a dark side on this side. Detail, nice little bit of detail. It'll add some crispness to your drawing. It'll make the flowers, the leaves pop. And there we have it. One other thing that you need to do is when you finish your drawing is always sign your work. So I would suggest that you sign it in a way at the bottom right corner that fits in with your drawing. Like I could put my name over top of that leaf. Just gives you a little bit, it goes with the drawing. So incorporate your signature into the drawing. Now I did that before I finished with the background, but I'm going to have you do the background at home on your own. What you want to do is pick a color that contrasts with your flowers. For example, if you remember the color wheel, if you have orange flowers, you might want a blue background because it's complementary to the orange. If you have purples and lilacs and dark purple, you might want to go with a yellowish background to complement it. You don't want to compete with it too hard, but if you want to put a lighter color in the background so your flowers will stand out, that would be really good. So pick your color, and then this is how I want you to go about putting the background in. Again, you're going to have a marker, so there's a lot of spaces to cover. This may take you another day, but you can do this on your own and finish it. So you want to outline the shape of the flower. I picked a blue color, sort of like a sky color, and then fill in that shape. You can do the bottom part first. You can start anywhere in the drawing that you want, but try to get it no white showing of the paper. So you're outlining the negative spaces between the leaves or the flowers and the blank paper. So here's a space right here. It's kind of a triangle, and then you color it in. So you just take one space at a time, and you'll outline the bottom of your paper. All the edges need outlined, and then color it in. So you see how this is beginning to shape up to be a background color. So you can do that and spread the whole way up the top. So all of your background will be colored, and there will be no white paper showing, and then you would be finished. So you can have a wonderful drawing. I also have one more challenge for you. If you enjoyed this, even if you didn't, you could try some other medium to do the same picture. So if you have your black and white picture of the lilies, I would challenge you or encourage you to do it in another medium that you might like. For instance, colored pencils. I did a drawing here. This is my colored pencil drawing of the lilies. So you have that. And another one that I did was watercolors. This was my favorite. I love to do painting, and watercolors was a lot of fun for me. So I did those in purples and yellows. So you can pick different colors that you choose in a different medium, or you can do it simply in black and white like it is here with pencils, with your H's and your B's that we talked about, the darks and the lights. So you'll pick a dark, a medium, and a light lead to do that drawing. So try it in colored pencils or watercolors. If you do watercolors, I would suggest you use watercolor paper and wet down your paper first and put in the background. Take a tissue and blot where your flowers would go, so there's no competition in the background color with where you're going to put the paint for the petals on top. So you would do the whole background first in your watercolor, and then put the flowers and the stems on last. Also use your black marker to do the details. I hope you had fun and enjoy painting, enjoy coloring. Do more of these lilies and you will certainly get good at what you're doing.